Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. Today, let us go through the transits for this particular year 2022. Today is Sankranti. The meaning of Sankranti here in India, as per the Vedic language, means that Surya Sankramana is happening. That is, as per the Nirayana longitude, Surya, that is Sun, is entering from the sign of Sagittarius into the sign of Capricorn. So, Surya as on date, the time when I am doing the video is at 0 degrees 48 minutes today. So, that means Surya Sankramana has already happened deep in the night for India. So, this particular day and the other four Sankramanas, as I have earlier described in my earlier videos, that is the Mesha Sankramana, Karkataka Sankramana, and Tula Sankramana, along with the Makara Sankramana. These four Sankramanas are also known as the four major Sankrantis in which major festivals are held. Earlier days, festivals were held particularly in these four Sankramanas, that is solar ingress. So this is also known as the equinox. We have different equinoxes, the solar solstice, the winter solstice, and all these things. So this is the solstice, one of the solstice, where actually sun reverses from going down south towards the southern hemisphere. It starts moving up towards the northern hemisphere, and that is why it is called as the Uttarayana Punyakala. So happy Sankranti to all of you. So we if we all observe in the Indian subcontinent, where actually these festivals are observed, Sankranti time, that is particularly this Makara Sankranti time, people use sweets made of oily seeds. Oily seeds, all oily items. That is because we all know that winter is the time when we have our, the skin and everything starts becoming dry, becomes, it breaks and it starts, the flakes will start coming. It's as good as we are also molting like other animals. So the old skin goes away, the new skin comes. The old self goes away, the new self comes inside. So what actually our predecessors, our forefathers, our great sages and saints, they thought about this, and then they introduced oily food in sense of not the fried in oil, the seeds which are having real pure oil, like the groundnut, the sesame, the mustard. These seeds were used, particularly the till. The black till is used in this particular festival. Hence, since it is one of the seeds which is offered to the sun god, so this is a very, very important seed. People have different attitude or different perception with regard to the till, because the black till usually is used for the Lord Saturn when they are doing puja on Saturdays, because it's black in color. But the intrinsic value of the till is that it is fuel. Extremely good oil is there in that, which is good for our skin, our bones, and our body and our eyes. All maximum parts of the body. It's like as though you are putting oil into all your cycle chain parts, and then making it will be free and frictionless. So it's like that we put oil into our body, and it's good for us. So that oil particularly gives us a lot of warmth. This is why we do it. We eat a lot of sweets made of jaggery. Once again, it gives us warmth. We use a lot of kashaya. Kashaya means the concoction or the decoction used by, like, for boiling ginger, little bit of uh, you know what we call as elaichi. We put some ginger, elaichi, and boil it, and then we make that tea, the concoction with jaggery, which is very good for our health. Nowadays, everybody knows about this because of the requirement of immunity. So these are the four major Sankrantis, and this is the topmost Sankranti, which is the Makara Sankranti, because the Uttarayana Punyakala also coincides with this particular solar ingress. So on this day, let us see the different transits of planets and whether they are good, or how these transits are going to work for us, because 2022 is going to be a more eventful year than the year 2021. I think it's a little dark here. Let me change the camera position. Yeah. Yes. I'm not such a light colored person to be directly visible in every camera. So anyway, so 2022 is not going to be such a great year when compared to 2021. And if I am doing this, it's a prediction. And why? I'll tell you why. We can see that Saturn becomes retrograde in Aquarius on 5th of June 2022. People who are studying astrology can make a note of it. This class will be a class for the the transit, the major four transits: Saturn, Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu. So I'll be giving you the dates, and this will be helpful for you for further analysis for 2022. So 5th of June 2022, Saturn is going to become retrograde. And when it is going to become retrograde, where it is going to become retrograde? In Aquarius. So when it is going to go into Aquarius, it is going to enter into Aquarius on 28th of April 2022. So till April, Saturn will be in Capricorn, and Jupiter also will be in the sign of Pisces, because not till April. On April 14th, 2022, Jupiter is going to cross into the sign of Pisces. So, only for 14 days, only for 14 days, uh, Jupiter will be waiting when Jupiter is in the Pisces and Saturn is in the Aquarius. That is 28th of April 2022. Saturn joins in Aquarius and Jupiter goes to Pisces. So that is on 14th Jupiter goes and 28th Saturn goes. The difficult part is when Saturn is a very short stay in Aquarius this year, because on 5th of June 2022 it becomes retrograde in Aquarius. That's a very, very difficult position, people should understand. And it starts moving backwards towards Capricorn, and on 13th of July, 13th of July 2022, that is 5th of June 2022, it becomes retrograde, and 13th of July 2022, it enters back into Capricorn. So these are the dates. So that means 28th of April 2022, Saturn enters Aquarius. 5th of June 2022, it becomes retrograde in Aquarius. And on 13th of July 2022, it enters back into Capricorn. So where it is now, it is in Capricorn. So it will enter back into Capricorn. So this year, there is going to be a lot of events, huge number of events. And why? Because the other planets are also, all the planets are having transits in the same time. Like for example, in the month of April, Saturn transits from Capricorn to Aquarius, Jupiter transits from Aquarius to Pisces, Rahu on 13th of April transits from Taurus to Aries, it's backwards. The same time, Ketu also transits, is as good as 180 degrees from Rahu. So it transits on 13th of April from Scorpio to Libra. So we all can see that this year, because of these four major transits happening and retrogressions happening, there is going to be a lot of events. There is going to be a lot of difficulty. People have to understand that they have to follow very strict protocol, eat well, exercise well, and stay healthy. So this is my advice. But anyway, particularly for Rashis in between Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. These are the Rashis, and particularly Aquarius. Why Aquarius? Because Rahu is going to come to your chest, the lungs. Jupiter is transiting between the second and the first. This is for Aquarius Janma Rashi, that is where the moon is posited in Aquarius. And Saturn is also transiting in forward and backward motion. So please do not unnecessarily invest money or don't travel when it is not required. If it is not required, please try to be safe. Be safe this year, and we can do many things next year. This is for people particularly in Aquarius, and also for people of Simha, Leo, which is the opposite Rashi. We can see that from Leo, Jupiter is transiting between 7th and 8th, and Saturn is transiting between 6th and 7th. This is not a great position because Saturn becoming retro in the 6th house gives a lot of difficulty. So, Saturn finally becomes direct by 22nd of October 2022, that is in Capricorn, and Jupiter also becomes direct in Pisces on 23rd of November 2022. That means after 29th of July 2022, when Saturn is already retro on 13th, 29th July 2022, Jupiter also becomes retrograde in Pisces till 22nd of October. Both are retro. Saturn is retro, Jupiter is retro. What is Saturn? The mass, the people, they suffer. What is Jupiter? The financial condition of this, uh, for globally, I'm telling you, holistically, people getting good food, good water, good vegetables. The cost of living is normal. That is when Jupiter is normal. So now here Jupiter is retro, and it is retro over the sign of Pisces and Aquarius. No, not Aquarius. Jupiter is retro only on the sign of Pisces, and Pisces means Samudra. Samudra means it's an ocean. So we can see a lot of activity like thunderstorms, hurricanes, tornadoes, all these things picking up. Once again in 2022, we all know that the ENSO numbers. We know the ENSO numbers. The La Nina is very very down. La Nina will still be down, and we have got those reports from the scientists that the La Nina effect will be persisting till May 2022, and May is the verge of the monsoon coming to the southern parts of India. So this is like June 1st it enters. So if La Nina simply converts into the monsoon, we will have a terrible monsoon this year. So in Jupiter in the water sign being retro will give all difficulties due to water, rain, and wind, and all these things. And Saturn is going to be retro in a windy sign, and then coming back to the earthy sign. So there is going to be a lot of difficulties, but please don't be, don't feel bad that on a beautiful Sankranti day that I'm predicting something bad. If it is good, I would have predicted good. So it is not going to be that great this year. There is going to be political unrest. There is going to be a lot of countries going through difficult moments, financial difficulties, and please try to understand, if we let it go now, if we are complacent now, the next variant of corona, which I have been telling earlier also, which is going to enter into the society, into the community, let us say by this particular retro period, that is between July end 29th of July and 22nd of October. So that is August, September, and half of 3/4 of October is not going to be easy. So people, please be safe. Follow the strict and the most tough protocols of COVID. Unnecessarily do not travel. I have seen that people are flocking, people, mass of people, they're going to all sorts of tourist spots. Every tourist spot is full, because I can understand that people have got frustrated from past 2 years sitting in one place. So the transit of Rahu and Ketu in Libra, that is the Libra is the house of business and house of marriages, house of relationship, and Rahu is going to be entering into the house of you know confidence. When Rahu enters the house of confidence and the head, that is head because it is the Kala Purusha's ascendant Mesha. So when it enters into the head, the person becomes overconfident. So we know that overconfidence can lead to difficult disasters. So please unnecessarily do not do anything which is out of the way, which is not required for this year. So thank you very much for today's session, and once again happy Sankranti to all of you wherever you are. Be safe, be healthy, have good family relationships, have a nice association with the family, forget all the hatred what is there amongst all those who are all maybe you are being troubled by many people, but please forget it today and happily enjoy. Wish them good and wish also your own self good. God bless you all. Thank you.